Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. James Gunn simply posting a picture of Lobo on social media changes everything. Why? Because Lobo would never have been introduced in the old regime, whether Jeff Johns, John Berg, Walter Hamada, Zack Snyder, that character would never have been introduced. This is a thinking of outside the box. But really, it's actually common sense. Lobo is a very famous character. He's a Superman villain. Now, if they are going to introduce him in the next Superman film, he doesn't have to be the main villain. In fact, anyone who knows anything about Lobo, and my kind of knowledge of Lobo is very minimal to say the least, but I know he's a kind of bounty hunter in the DC universe, a kind of extraterrestrial bounty hunter, a very self-serving character, but an interesting character full of bags of personality, so he can literally just be a supporting character in the next DC movie. He can appear in multiple DCU movies, so his introduction proves that this new leadership of WB and the newly formed DC Studios are the right people, and we can trust them. And as I said on my live this morning, the DC Universe Daily Live, I said this was genius because we had the Jason Momoa tease, we had the bullshit from Scoopers about Andy Muschietti directing the next Justice League. What does he do to expose these people? He posts a picture of Lobo, which is the strongest hint you'll ever get in this game, that Jason Momoa is going to play Lobo. But of course, this could be nothing but a distraction. So it's psychological kind of warfare on the Scoopers, if you like, who don't have a feeding tube anymore or any information to what's going to be happening in the new universe. Now, obviously, they've still got bags of information on the final 4 Hamada movies, which I don't think are that important. I think as a DC fan, I'm excited for these 4 movies. I can't wait to see these 4 movies, but basically we're leading into a new timeline, maybe a new universe, maybe. Who knows? It's very exciting. So we can have new castings for these iconic DC characters. Potentially Jason Momoa could be playing Lobo and Aquaman, but maybe he'll be recast by a more comic book accurate actor playing Aquaman, and Jason Momoa in this new DC universe, this new timeline, actually plays Lobo. And maybe Jason Momoa isn't playing Lobo at all, and as I say, it's a massive distraction. But either way, James Gunn has created a new normal here. He doesn't like the Scoopers, and what he did yesterday by posting a picture of Lobo was he exposed them for the fucking liars they are. And that, my friends, is absolute genius. So I'm so excited as a DC fan just at the thought of Lobo being on screen with Henry Cavill's Superman. And I'm sure you are as well. But this is just the beginning of James Gunn's thinking. As I say, he's not necessarily going to be the main villain in this Superman movie, but he's just one of many iconic characters that is going to be in this movie and playing a huge role, a larger role in this new DC universe. And because it's a new franchise and most probably a new timeline and even kind of a new Earth kind of thing, they can bounce off of the old DCEU, but they can actually bring in new versions of these DC characters. As I've said before, you could have Karen Gillan as Lois Lane. I don't even know if James has thought of that. Does Amy Adams want to come back? Do they want Amy Adams back? I mean, imagine casting a natural redhead like Karen as Lois Lane. And I admit it would be really strange to have another actress playing alongside Henry Cavill as Lois. But if it happens, it happens. And I actually think Karen Gillan would be absolutely amazing as Lois. But as I've been saying a lot, we simply don't know what happens next in the next evolution of DC live action. And you know what, everyone? Isn't that the most exciting part of all of this? This has been Movies TV Mad. I am Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again tonight when I'm live. Until I see you again, until we see each other again. Goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.